Welcome to his house. Glad you made it. It goes down a little something every now and then. Just never know what to expect. A little this, a little that. Yeah. So glad you made it though. And I do hope you do stick around and come back and see us at any given time. Please comment down below and I will definitely try to interact back with you or respond. Slid over here, but we gotta get to the topic at hand. Alright, y'all. So, Big Snip. Okay. I'm here to talk about it. If you don't know what snip I'm talking about, you look at the screen and put precision at the end of it, okay? With precision, okay? So, it's one of those things that is assumed because it's a biblical text that you just have to get it done. I'm about to do another video, if I haven't posted it already, about how I feel it possibly could be linked to some of the infidelity that's going on. But that's just my opinion. Okay, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But with me, I just feel like we need to protect our sons. They don't even get a choice because people are like, okay, it's in the Bible. So that must mean that's what we need to do. But in my adult life, I realized the Bible really are parables. And a lot of the meanings in the Bible don't mean literal meanings. They have a spiritual, deeper meaning. So when I think of circumcision, or circum, as I'm going to probably call it, I think of the cutting of the spirit, or cutting away the things that don't serve you. Okay, that's the spiritual meaning that I feel like that's what it means, because why else would we have to do that? Because I feel like when we come into this world, we come into a sinful world, but we're perfect. The way God designed us, the way God made us, the way God wanted us to be. So if we're perfect in that, in his eye, why would he say, okay, you're here now, cut it? If he wanted us to cut it, I feel like he would have cut it on the other side. He sent us the way he wanted to, okay? And I will probably talk about this topic later as well. As you know, this text was given to us during a time of enslavement. A time where we could not even read. A time where this was the only book that we were able to read, and we ran with it. Same time where we were getting, or our ancestors were getting treated horrifically, viciously, disgustingly. This was the only thing we looked up to because we needed hope, right? So the same people who burned every single book that was given to us or we ever wrote, took away our land, took away our rights, disguised it in the history books, allegedly. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll get into that more because, baby, I got Cherokee in this blood. Alright, but according to certain books, Cherokees had red skin and they didn't look nothing like me. So, and I do know the Trail of Tears was walked by some of the Cherokee people. So, with that being said, with all this being done, I don't fully trust everything that's on a level playing field from the people who oppressed me. And I just won't ever just fully be that person. I'm not saying that I don't read it. I'm not saying that I don't believe in anything that's said in its power, because I believe it's a powerful book. It has powerful words. It has powerful meanings. I do feel like it is, some of it is not literal text, And this is one of the things I don't take literally. And I'm going to stop there because I'm going too far, too deep. But I'll go into it in another topic when I'm talking about that particular topic, because it's coming. All right. So with that being said, you look at all the animals in the animal kingdom. Which other one do you know that this happens to? Mutilation. And I was thinking about the other day, even though it's disgusting to think about, and I don't normally think about it, but I was trying to go through the different animals, and I was like, what does this happen? And you think about a dog, because I had a dog in my life. I haven't had many animals, but I had a dog. And one thing that I noticed was that, because they don't wear pants, and they can get pretty aroused sometimes, and it's kind of disgusting. But when you think about it, they have what men have, a covering, okay? The only reason I knew this is because being a kid, you get curious and you see, I saw this pink thing, and I was traumatized for like the rest of my life, pretty much. But imagine if that little pink thing was just freely roaming and collecting dust, because my dog was outside. Imagine all the bacteria, the disease, and all this and that. So the skin on the outside was a covering protection layer. Okay, so now in this world of America, we have so many, and everything is allegedly, like I'm just like saying, I'm just speaking my opinion. You do your own research, you do your own opinion. Okay? This is what I feel, and some people feel the same way. But okay, so at the end of the day, there's more diseases now than ever before. We're getting new stuff. In the last 2 years, we've had several things come out, and a lot of this stuff was touchable. Just by what you touch, you can catch it. And now we have these pop coming out, and you can get it through intimate contact, okay? Now, true enough, everybody don't have to worry about that, thankfully. But for those who do, you are in danger, because some men are not faithful. Some men do have cheating ways, which I feel like it is partially, some of it, not all of it, is due to that snip, okay? And I'll get into it another time. But I don't feel like we have the right to tell a baby that it's not perfect, it's something wrong with it, and cut it. Because let's say somebody doesn't know what they're doing. The nerves are damaged for life. There's no feeling. Okay? And let's say that the person wanted something there for later on as they grew up, just to play with. You know, as they play with and learn about their body. I'm just saying. Instead of that being there, they have to go and play around with other women or girls to figure things out, when if that skin had been there, you know, it would have just, I don't know. I feel like it's like a flashlight sleeve. I don't know. And I've had the experience of being with both. And luckily, I did not smell the person. I know there's a hygienic issue that people talk about when it comes to that. I know that it can be sanitary. It can be clean. I feel like if you're doing anything with it, if you're pulling it back, it looks exactly the same. You know? It's just, I mean, at first, you know, it would look kind of different, you know, because you got to get used to it. But at the same time, it's the same thing. You pull it back and pull it forward, okay? It slides like a sleeve. And to be honest, I like the way that it feels hitting the wall. I'm just going to say, because it's like an extra stimulation, if that makes any sense. So I feel like it stimulates the female. It also kind of helps prevent some accidents, not all, because sometimes it has to pull back on its way out. Okay? And that helps with the pregnancy, I feel. And some of the guys say they feel more stimulation. Okay, because just imagine they're getting technically act off, and that is on their skin too with the female. So it's a lot going on. So I would think they would be better, but I've heard different cases. I've heard some men that's gotten it done and they in their older age and they said they preferred it. Some men said they did not prefer it. So with that being said, I feel like women should try it because it's not as bad as they might think. They might actually enjoy it. I also heard another woman talk about her experience, and she said she didn't have a problem with it. She enjoyed it. Now, true enough, it will probably take some getting used to because people have not had that experience. Because before they're able to talk, usually the skin is taken off unless there is a serious injury or ailment when they're little. Sometimes they will avoid that. So, with that being said, I say we need to stand up for these boys and say no to snipping, because I feel like can save a lot of health things, and stop having so many unwanted pregnancies. Not saying all of that will be preventable because it's not a condom, it's not birth control, but even those are not dummy proof, okay? But I just feel like even with stimulation, it will help both parties. Because I don't know, it's something about that movement of the skin. It's different, but it's different in a good way for females. And on top of that, you have to think about all the testing that has been done on allegedly black people, because they say that we have a different genetic code and makeup allegedly. Well, some people really say that that's where all life form comes from. So when they're making medicines and different things, they have to get actual skin and actual DNA from us. Guess where they're getting it from? The skin. They don't even have to really go up to a black person or really take their body pores like you see some people doing. They just need the skin. Imagine how many clones they can make. If that's really what's going on, they wouldn't even really need a black person. And if they were trying to endanger them, they will be able to do that as well because they have the skin to do it. So if you're going to stop, saying that, okay, you don't want people to figure you out and get your DNA and this and this and this and that, they get it every time you have a little black boy or a boy in general. Your DNA goes with the skin. Where you think they're collecting it, put it in the ground, burning it, it's going somewhere. So let's talk about it. What's your opinion? Do you snip or not? What do you say? I say no, because I feel like it's perfect the way it is, and people just need to get to deal with it. You let me know how you feel down below. Hey y'all, we out. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know you'll vibe. Till next time. It's gonna always be a next time. Say Lee, you the best. Always come back for the rest. Comment down below because I want to hear what you have to say.